Okay, so we got a corpse. So the bones of large two-headed cow. Later we'll find out the proper names as Brahmin. So let's take a peek around the cave, and as I recall, you can fall into a layer beneath this, or I might be thinking of a different cave altogether, but here they are. Here's the radscorpions. Don't they just look lovely? He looks unhurt. And that is the game's way of kind of gauging hit points until you take a perk later on. They'll actually give you numerical values, but it's unhurt, wounded, severely wounded, and dead, as I believe are the 3 or 4 conditions there. So we have some radscorpions, and I don't want to charge ahead, but being in the dark, my chances to hit them are not going to be great. So I wouldn't mind getting their attention. There we go. Come over here, my lovely. Alright, so I'm going to back up here and let Ian do his job. Yep, that's what I thought. I thought he was probably going to use his pistol for a while. So I'm going to end my turn and add that to my AC. Oh, Ian, doing some work. Nice job, buddy. And I do get experience points for kills that my followers make. Some modern games don't do that, or you have to do a certain amount of damage to them in order to get the experience points, but this one is not the case. You can have your boys do your work for you, and you reap all the benefits. I do not have enough action points for 2 shots in turn, so I'm going to get out of the way here. Have Ian pump this thing full of lead. Now I run the risk of hitting Ian there. Let's take, what do I have? Up to 4 steps. I don't really want to get terribly close to him, so let's just move 2. Biff it. Alright, nice work, Ian. I'll take them tails. Now, it isn't until Fallout 2 where the take all button became a thing, so it's going to be tedious as all hell to run around this inventory interface. But, hiding amongst the bones are some more bullets, which I'll gladly take. Just take a quick sweep around the area, see if there's anything else I can grab. Nothing much else here. Okay, so yeah, while I'm shooting these radscorpions, I can elaborate a little further on how I first ran into Fallout. Is I had a buddy of mine in high school that would play Fallout 2 endlessly. Like, we would have to drag him away from his computer if we wanted to go see a movie or go to the mall or something. Again, this was the 90s. And we never really understood it, and he actually ordered Fallout Tactics from Sam Goody. I'll show you my age here. You could actually order games from that music store that also started selling video games and Dungeons & Dragons books and other things. I went with him to the store to go pick it up, and we picked it up, and he started playing it, and I started to ask questions about this, that, got interested in it, and then when he was done playing through it the first time, he let me borrow it for a while, and yeah, fell in love with it, even though it's not considered canon, and is honestly not the best in the Fallout series by a large majority. But it was enough to get me interested, and then I went back and played Fallout 1 and 2. As I recall, they did not require... oh, I'm hitting my maximum weight limit. They did not require a disc check. I believe the first 2 did not. So you could easily install it on someone else's computer, give them the disc back, and not have to pay for anything. We were poor. We grew up in the middle of nowhere, so... Alright, I forgot how heavy these damn tails are. Oh, the best way to kind of just real quickly get into your... I might have mentioned it, to get into your companions' inventories is just steal from them, that way you don't have to go through the whole dialogue. Reload while I'm thinking about it. So yeah, been a Fallout fan since then. I played through this one so many times, but I've only ever beaten it twice. Once good guy, once bad guy, obviously. That's usually how they roll. But in terms of these older Fallouts, Fallout 2 is obviously almost identical to this, but there's so much more to it, not just in terms of gameplay and plot, but innovations like the take-all button, like I mentioned, and just little things like I believe there is a key in Fallout 2 where you actually just hold it and items on the ground will actually highlight, so you don't have to float your mouse everywhere trying to get a hold of something. But that one, in terms of sheer gameplay, is better than Fallout 1, but I find Fallout 1's story to be better than Fallout 2's, and that's just a personal opinion. So that's why I decided to play Fallout 1 and not just Fallout 2. Even though Fallout 2 is basically a better version of this game. Grab me some scorpion tails. Oh, my strength is so low. Ian, buddy. Oh, and by the way, there are hotkeys for all of your different skills. And as soon as I get back into the swing of things, I'll remember what they are. 1 is sneak, 3 is steal. They all go in order too. So lockpick, they all go down in order. And we only have a few more rad scorpions to take care of. Again, just checking around for items. Now this is the mother load of them. I think there's a fourth. Yeah, there's a fourth one down here, trying to be sneaky. So I'm gonna try to inch my way up here. Or how about I sneak? How about that? You just got done talking about skills and I already forgot about it. Okay, so let's see if we can just get aggro on him. Ian's just gonna put the gun right up to his head and try to pull the trigger. Nice. Ian, you're not a brilliant tactician, are you? And you're right in the way of my shot. Glad I didn't shoot Ian there. Okay. Let's see if I can... Oh, he spotted me. Crawl on up over here, buddy. 85 is still missed. Goodness gracious. I didn't think my luck was that bad. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, my luck is fair. I wouldn't mind getting up to 80 again, but I don't want to get terribly close, because I don't feel like being stung today. Goodness gracious. I'm glad I brought Ian, because I cannot hit the broadside of a barn. Oh, that's Scorpion's bruised ego there, Ian. Calling people losers. Jeez. Ian is on fire today. He's never this good. You heard me talking shit earlier. Here to prove me a liar. Yep. He's just going to town on these guys. This is incredible. Wow. Thanks, Ian. Alright, how many more of these scorpion tails can I carry? About that many. Okay. It's kind of funny to think that Ian has no idea what's going on, since this is technically, you know, pickpocketing, planting these things. So, like, when he goes to reload his gun, he just finds his pants full of scorpion tails. What the hell is all this? Or even worse, if he stung himself on it by accident. He goes to grab his stim pack and ends up just falling to the floor, vomiting. Just season out. Oh, sorry. Should have told you about those, Ian. Ian, hold still. Yeah. Ian's probably getting a little loaded down, too. Those scorpion tails are pretty heavy. Let's take a look at inventory. Yeah, they weigh 20 pounds apiece. Sheesh. Alright. We have leveled up. And let me scroll back through here. Yep, 500 experience points for stopping the radscorpions. Just want to make sure that it wasn't just combat experience that leveled me up, but we actually did do the quest. So I don't want to have to come back out here and slap up more scorpions. Or rather have my buddy Ian do it. Right, so we've leveled up, so they're going to go to our character screen. And 21 skill points on a level. I'll take it. So first and foremost, I'm going to want my small guns up to 100% if I can. As soon as I can. That way I don't waste bullets. Which, keeping track of resources is important. So we've got 7 remaining skill points. Let's go ahead and bump our barter. 70 and speech up to 69. Alright. Thumbs up. Yeah, we'll stick with our core skills for now. We'll get a little fancy later on. So, now we can see the city map of Shady Sands. We can go to the entrance, the garden, or the Brahmin pen. Let's go to the Brahmin pen. I think I just walked by it. Yep, these are the two-headed cows, the Brahmin. Fans of Fallout will recognize them instantly. It's a domesticated animal, a two-headed mutant cow. She looks unhurt. Yep, they're kind of a staple. Been here since the beginning. Unfortunately, you cannot make Brahmin steaks in this game. As a lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of creatures don't drop meat. Okay, let's go to the doctor, since we have some scorpion tails to turn into anti-venom. And I still have 1 or 2 on me, yes? Okay, good luck. I think all I need is 1 to complete the quest. Okay, yep. 250 experience points for helping make the antidote. Now, I can give the rest of the scorpion tails to him and get more anti-venom, which looks like this. But I really don't want to have to play the inventory shuffle and go through all that. Oh, I picked this up and didn't even mention it. A Scout Handbook. In the early Fallout games, books would permanently increase your skills. I believe Fallout 3 had that as well. Yes, it did. It just... I remember it got a little exploitative. And so in Fallout New Vegas, they actually had magazines which were temporary boosts and had much fewer actual books. So we're going to do a little sneak and see if the doc has anything on his shelves for us. Oh, we were spotted. Never mind me. Ooh, come on, Ian. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, let's go talk to Aradesh now that we've completed the 2 quests. And that should trigger the 3rd the next time I visit.
Things are much more settled now. Raslo has been working on a cure for the radscorpion poison, and with that, we should be able to fight what's left of them.
Interesting look that Aradesh has. He's got the one pierced ear, the unibrow, and eyes of a coke fiend. Nice. And let's not forget the butt chin. You don't need to worry.
Truly a hero. Know that the people of Shady Sands are most grateful.
No problem. Now let's see if he can tell me about stuff. Let's ask about the hub. Maybe he'll give me that on
I
the map.
don't know.
He doesn't know that. Oh, that's right. A lot of people hadn't left town. I knew that. Dumb question. Can you tell me about the Brahmin, if I can remember how to spell it?
I don't know.
I probably didn't spell it right. How about
I
cow?
don't know.
I don't know.
Goodbye.
Alright, thanks. Bye. I was hoping they would have more dialogue. Non-talking head NPCs know more subjects just simply because they didn't have to record lines. Which is why these earlier Fallout games have much more variance in quests, because they don't have to voice... have somebody come in and voice, you know, the 6 different ways you could have completed a quest. Unlike in this, where you just literally have to write 6 different lines, if not paragraphs. So, okay. That's, Shady Sands. I kind of, I'm going to save to a new slot, just in case things get eaten. To the wastes. I kind of, jumped ahead a little bit as far as collecting these ropes go. Is when you get to Vault 15, the elevator shaft is broken, and you can't traverse it without a rope, and it turns out that there's another shaft beneath it, so you need 2 ropes. The 3rd rope there, that one's just for show. So, okay, that is the Raider camp. Who's gonna have a bad day as soon as we're done with Vault 15 over here. So, we saved, and the reason you want to save before you go out into the waste is a chance for random encounters, and depending on what area you are in, it could range from just like simple mantis to actual death squads of super mutants roaming around. And there's really no leveled system. It's just a random chance, depending on the area you're in. So in theory, you could get jumped by end level monsters if you happen to be in areas where they could be. Like, if I was to travel west from Vault 13, this is where things get really hairy really quickly. And if you were just exploring for the first time, you could come across some really nasty stuff that you have no chance of fighting and very little chance of actually running away from. And that's where the outdoorsman skill comes into play, is it'll ask you if you want to encounter something.